Are you sure you're free? What else would I be doing?
Hey there guys, this is Jeff, aka 11 Bronson, back today with another monthly collection update video. This is the month of November 2023. We picked up about 10 titles, a little stack of 10 titles, 10, 11 titles, something like that. And yeah, so just a little quick update also as well on me and on the channel, of course. Like, this is, as I always say, not just a monthly, sort of pickups video. This is also an update of how things are going and stuff. And things have been good. Things have been good. Of course, November was the month of Charles Bronson on my channel. Did have a Bronson themed month where I did do a couple of Bronson videos, and of course a couple of Charles Bronson watch parties. And I just want to take the time quickly at the beginning of this video to thank everybody that has participated with the Bronson watch parties. In no particular order, because I can't remember the order in which I did everything, but Rob's Vintage Video, he joined me. Thank you so much, Rob. Dan from Dan's Movie Cave. Jason from Backtrack Cinema, he was my sort of the final guest on my Bronson streams. He joined me from Murphy's Law. Thank you so much. Gareth, as always, my good buddy Gareth, Video Tasties, he participated as well with Death Wish 4. Then we have Dave, Savage Zombie Reviews, who joined me for Death Wish 3. We had some good fun. And of course, Matt from Puckwell 316 for Death Wish 2. There's still some Bronson movies that I would have liked to have watched during the Bronson month. But there might be another chance to do so. There might be a Bronson month 2.0 somewhere down the line. We might do this again sometime. Might do some other actor themed or sort of genre themed or whatever sort of month of watch parties. I don't always get a lot of time to sort of plan a lot of these streams, but I definitely want to do some more. This has been good fun. So once again, I want to thank everybody that participated. I also want to thank everybody that participated and watched the streams and watched the videos and stuff, and the people that participate in the live chats on the watch parties, which has been absolutely fantastic. So yeah, no, I would say without any further ado, let's dive in to the pickups, to the meat of the video, to the heart of the video. Let's dive into the pickups for November 2023. Here we go. Alright, so here we go with the November 2023 update. Starting off as always with DVDs. We picked up 3 DVDs. One right here is the only film of this batch that I haven't watched yet. It's a John Wayne Western from, I think, the early 70s. One of his last, I think, one of his like 5 or 6 last films. The Train Robbers, John Wayne and Margaret Rod Taylor, Warner Brothers DVD, Dutch DVD. Does have some special features. We'll be interested in checking these out, and of course interested in checking the movie out. I heard it's quite an entertaining John Wayne Western. Again, yeah, this is the only one of the batch that I haven't watched yet. I always do try to watch every film in my that I pick up. I do try to watch everyone before I do the video to sort of talk about it a little bit, but sometimes I don't succeed, and yeah, that, like I said, that's the only one that I haven't watched. Now let's move on to some Cynthia R Rock. We'll be getting on to some more John Wayne later. Picked up 2 German DVDs of films that, according to the German, star Cynthia R Rock, but this one here, 24 Hours to Midnight, has only, it only has Cynthia in it for like, what, 5 minutes? Yeah, one of her Hong Kong films directed by Leo Fong. Yeah, not a good one, this one. This one actually, it has a introduction by Cynthia Rothrock on the DVD when you start the film up. She herself even says, if I can talk, that it's one of her least favorite films. She was supposed to be shooting for 3 days, but she only shot for like a day, maybe. so she has very, very limited screen time. Her character in this one, she turns into a ninja, and it's very obvious that, you know, once she dons the ninja costume, that it's definitely not Cynthia R Rock. So very, very disappointing, this film. Still glad to have it in my collection, but not one I'm going to be rewatching over and over again. This one I did enjoy much more. I watched it after 24 Hours to Midnight. This one, Eyes of the Dragon, it has a couple of other different titles. Fight to Win, I think, is one of them. George Chung, Richard Norton, Chuck Jeffries was like the sort of Eddie Murphy impersonator, Eddie Murphy lookalike. He was also in what's the film by Godfrey Ho? Not Undefeatable, but the other one, Honor and Glory. He was also in that film with Cynthia. Yeah, this one, like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed this one way better than I did 24 Hours to Midnight. Richard Norton as the bad guy. This one I quite enjoyed, and I do like this one. Very, again, happy to add it to my Cynthia R Rock collection. Now we're moving over to Blu-rays. I've got some more Cynthia R Rock. Finally got my hands on Righting Wrongs, the 88 films Blu-ray. This is the standard edition Blu-ray. They, of course, did a great special collector's edition set of it. But I was more than content to just pick this up on the regular Blu-ray. This one still has plenty of special features. You got, you know, all the different cuts and endings and stuff, and interviews with Cynthia and audio commentaries, you know, etc., etc. But it is the standard 88 films release. I do have actually disc 1 still in my player, because I actually did watch it last night. And here's the other disc, which has the English cut, Singapore cut, and Ultimate cut with 4 different endings. And still have to check all that stuff. I just watched the regular, I think the Hong Kong cut. But yeah, really enjoyed it. Some really great fight scenes. Yeah, Cynthia herself considers this one of her best films, one of her favorites. And yeah, I absolutely loved it myself. This was really, really great. Now, some more John Wayne. We picked up a French Blu-ray of Branagan. Now, I do know that there's also a UK release of this one. I picked this one up because it was just easier and cheaper for me to get. On Amazon, this one came to me within a day. Shipping very fast. If I ordered it from the UK again, if I ordered that edition, I would have probably been waiting until the new year, because it's been taking a really long time for editions from the UK to get to me lately. But yeah, I think it's pretty much the same transfer and everything as the recently released edition in the UK. Of course, everything here is in French, but there is an English dub, of course, on it, and there are no burnt in sort of French subtitles, because you do get that sometimes. You do get that sometimes with some French editions. And you do have, obviously, we had a cool slipcover, and there's the MRA, and we also have a booklet, which I can't read because, of course, it's all in French. But oh, well, now I know how my UK and US friends feel when they get their hands on a German media book. But yeah, maybe I can do a download a app or something and can translate it. But there are some cool pictures. Obviously, a lot from this film, but I think they also talk a bit about John Wayne's westerns, like right there. That's, of course, from Rooster Cogburn. And John Wayne's The Shootist, the final film that he did. Yeah, so Branagan, very enjoyable cop film. John Wayne plays a US cop coming over to London. I know this is Gareth Video Tasties. I know this is one of his favorites. He really likes this one. And yeah, a very thoroughly enjoyable 70s or early 70s cop film. Yeah, I like it. Branagan. Now another John Wayne Western, The Common Cher. I think this one is 62, 63, somewhere around that, somewhere in the 60s. With him and Stuart Whitman, who I enjoyed in this film. Lee Marvin has a small part. I wish Lee Marvin had a bigger part, but obviously after this, Lee Marvin went on to be in The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, where he had a substantial part. But yeah, the Common Cher was really enjoyable Western. I enjoyed it. And yeah, another one added to my John Wayne collection. Some more Westerns. A modern Western with two beauties. Salma Hayek, Penelope Cruz, Bandidas. I remember watching this one on TV back in the day. And actually, as I was sort of putting together a Western trailer montage thingy for something that's coming up very soon, depending on when this goes up, you will either have already had the announcement or the announcement is still coming. So just for now, I will not dive dive deep into it. But I did a sort of Western trailer compilation, and I had some clips from this that were featured in it, and it actually prompted me to want to pick up a copy of this and check this film out again. And yeah, you know what, a pretty enjoyable film. I do love seeing these two together, two very, very beautiful women starring in this Western. And yeah, you know what, I really enjoyed it. Bandidas, it's not the greatest Western, but an enjoyable one. And then final a film I've been meaning to pick up for so long. You know, people have been recommending it to me. Carlos, Eastwood for Life fan, Dan from Dan's Movie Cave, they've been talking about this film. That's a great one. And yeah, finally picked it up. The original, The Getaway, with Steve McQueen and Ali McGraw, Sam Peckinpah film. I had seen the TV, I think it's made for TV remake with Alec Baldwin and Kim Basinger. And I did enjoy that one, but this one just blows it out of the water. This one is just pure 70s kick-ass film. Steve McQueen, the king of cool. Yeah, you know what? I love it. I love it. The Getaway. Yeah, another great film added to the collection. And here we have one of Chuck Norris's earlier films in the 70s. Breaker Breaker. Yeah, not one of Chuck's best films in my opinion, but it is a film that I did enjoy. And yeah, it's good to add another one to my Chuck Norris collection. This one was definitely missing from it. This is the German Blu-ray with, I guess, the original US poster here. Yeah, Breaker Breaker. Now let's round up the collection update. This is a quick one because there's not too many titles, but of course November was Bronson month, and I did pick up two Bronson films for my collection. Actually, two upgrades because I actually had both of these films before, but I picked up a media book for Assassination. I've already had the DVD of Assassination. I picked up the German Blu-ray of Assassination actually not too long ago, but then I saw that they also put out a media book for, quite recently, and with the original sort of poster cover art, and I couldn't refuse. I couldn't refuse. Even though it's not one of Charles Bronson's best films, I do enjoy this one a hell of a lot. I absolutely enjoy this film a hell of a lot. I actually used to hate it, but it's been one of these films that's just been growing on me every time I watched it. I really, you know, been loving it more and more with every rewatch. The final time that Bronson and Jill Ireland worked together in this one, and yeah, like I said, it's a German media book. Got some cool pictures. Of course, the text is all in German. Luckily, I can read this, unlike the French booklet for Branagan. But yeah, there's good old Charlie. Yeah, you know what? I really have come to appreciate and love this film as time goes on. You know, Bronson looks happy in this film. Bronson looks, you know, very much into it. Of course, you know, having Jill with him again, you can definitely tell, you know, when Bronson in the 80s, when Jill Ireland had the struggle with breast cancer. You know, like example for Death Wish 3, you can see how Bronson was really struggling. Bronson was really grumpy. He didn't want to be there. You could tell he rather want to be with his wife. And yeah, you can tell, like on a film like this, where his wife worked with him, or even Murphy's Law, where his wife was an associate producer, you can tell he was way more happier when Jill Ireland was involved in one way or another. And, you know, I do appreciate a more energetic Charles Bronson. Not to say that I don't necessarily like his performances in like Death Wish 3 or whatever, but you can definitely tell, you know, he's energized, and you know he's happy to be there.
if that makes sense. Anyway, yeah, and there's Jan Gan Boyd and Jill Ireland, and there's Charlie there. Great explosion in the background. Yeah, Assassination. Absolutely do like the film, and I love that media book edition. So yeah. And then last up is the German Blu-ray for Death Hunt. I previously had the Spanish Blu-ray, which again people debate amongst themselves if it's a bootleg, if it's a grey release, whatever. It was just a copy of this film, and usually you pay a lot of money for the German Blu-ray. And I actually was able to get this for, I think, around 25 to 30 euros, which I did feel was a really good deal on this. So just to get just to get the people, let's say the Spanish release is a bootleg off my back, I got a official copy, the German copy. I wish they did a media book of this one, or a re-release of this one, or even a 4K of this one, Death Hunt, which would be really great, because there's some great cinematography in this film, some great landscapes being filmed. It's a snow movie. It takes place in the winter, of course, in snowy mountains and stuff. Charles Bronson plays a trapper who gets himself into a situation where in self-defense he kills somebody, and then the posse goes after him, led by Lee Marvin. There's more to it than that, but that's just the general sort of plot in a nutshell. Also Angie Dickinson, Carl Weathers is in this, Andrew Stevens, who was also with Bronson in 10 to Midnight, about a year or two after. And yeah, you know what, it's a great film. I absolutely, this is one of Charles Bronson's best. This is one of my personal favorites. This is definitely a top 10 Charles Bronson film. I love it. So there you guys have it.
So there you guys have it. That was the pickups for November 2023. Do hope you all enjoyed seeing that. Yeah. So as I did mention there, and as I was going through the pickups with one of the titles, I've put together a little Western sort of compilation. I was fiddling around with taking clips from stuff and putting something together for a cool upcoming project, which I'm really looking forward to. And as I'm recording this bit here, the intro and outro of me on camera, I have a feeling that on the day I'm recording this, the trailer for this upcoming cool project that's coming up, it will be publicized, whatever you want to call it. It will go live today on November 1st, and again, this will be probably up after that, so I can say what it is, unless of course you haven't watched the trailer yet. But no, so it's a upcoming podcast that I'm doing with Carlos Eastwood for Life fan and Dan from Dan's Movie Cave, which I'm very excited for. Again, the trailer will probably be up before this, so I will drop the link to that trailer down below as well, and I will drop also. I want to give a shout out because of course those two guys, Dan and Carlos, I'm also collaborating with them on another series of live streams that we're doing, which is not necessarily a podcast. This podcast is something new that we're doing. But I'm also, of course, every month you can find me on Dan's channel along with Eastwood for Life and Carlos, where we collaborate on the Talking Movies live stream series. And this month in November we had a great episode dedicated to John Carpenter. We talked about John Carpenter films. With a great special guest, Keith, Euphoria Pictures. We had a great chat on that one. If you haven't checked that if you haven't checked that episode of the series out yet, I will drop the link to that as well down below, and I will also drop the link to Keith's channel down below as well. So Keith, Euphoria Pictures, great guy, has a great collection, some great collector sets. He's a great big Carpenter fan. We've had a blast on that one. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. So I will be signing off, and I would just like to again thank everybody for watching this one. And we'll be back soon. We might have another watch party or two for December, but I'm not gonna have a month for December. Not a themed month, unfortunately. I will try to think of something for like maybe January or February. But anyway, you can always find me on Dan's Movie Cave every month. We have an episode coming up. I'm not going to spoil too much about it yet, but it's going to be sort of dedicated, of course, to the holiday season. So that's coming up soon in December. And of course, I'll be visiting Gareth's channel this month for a watch party. So stay tuned for that. And as for my own channel, there will be some stuff coming up before the end of the year, I will guarantee. Anyway, thank you all for watching. See you in the next one. And as always, keep punching. Take care, guys.